Hey everybody, hey, Carlotta Berry here, y'all. I want to share this with you. I just came back from the dentist office, y'all. Some of you all know that I have been going to the dentist back and forth and to the specialist for a while now, right? And so I had to get some implants done. Implants, they're all done, all taken care of. But I had a crown that needed to be done. That was the last thing that needed to be taken care of. Well, I just came back from the dentist office. This is my second go around, and the crown that they sent to the lab to have it to fit my mouth and my teeth and all the things and the shade and all of that, it was not right. It was not correct the second time. And so the dentist, she was a little frustrated and bothered by it, of course, as I was as well, getting ready to head out of town, y'all, to celebrate my big 6-0. And the whole goal was to have all the work done before my birthday. But as it turns out, it didn't work out that way. The crown that the dentist, or the temporary that the dentist had put in my mouth while I was waiting for the crown to come back, it was a couple of shades darker than my natural teeth or my implants, and also it was shorter so you could see it, and it just didn't go well at all. And so the dentist, she goes, Carlotta, let me go ahead and try to make you another temp. She said that after I was so bummed out because I'm like, man, I'm going to have to celebrate my birthday and have this temp in my mouth and I can't even smile big. So I had mentioned that to her and they saw that I was disappointed, but it wasn't their fault that the crown didn't fit correctly. But then she said, you know what, let me go ahead and see what I can do. So she created me a new temporary that was closer to my implants and my natural teeth. And then they filed it down so that it would fit appropriately in my mouth for the next week and a half as I wait for my permanent crown to come back from the lab. Guys, I got ready to get up from my seat. And when I stood up and I bit down, I realized that it was not filed all the way down. It was hitting the bottom of my teeth. And I'm going to be honest, I was a little hesitant to say something, but of course I went ahead and let the dental assistant know that it was not hitting correctly. So she had to go and get the dentist who was with another patient and let her know that the temp that she had put in my mouth, it just was not hitting the way it should be. And that would possibly cause it to fall out while I'm out of town. So the dentist comes back and she had me sit back down. She made the adjustments, took care of it. And now for the next week and a half or so, I'm going out of town. When I come back, hopefully the permanent will be in. And then they can put it in my mouth and everything will be all done. But in the meantime, y'all, I have a temporary in my mouth. I'm going to smile a little bit for you. It's right over there. And it blends nicely with my implants and the rest of my teeth. And it's because, y'all, I spoke up. And it's because I was not going to settle for what was not correct. And let me tell y'all, there have been many times in my life that I settled, many times in my life where I didn't speak up. And my message to you is don't look at yourself as a nuisance or that, they're going to get upset with you because, you're asking for too much. Go ahead and speak up. That is my message to you, because when you don't assert yourself, it's going to come back to bite you. I could tell you all several times where I did not follow my intuition, where I knew God was telling me to not do a thing, but because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, because I put someone else's feelings above my own, because I just didn't know my worth. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I was saying, oh, well, this is good enough, that I ended up having to deal with the consequences. So in this particular case, the crown, it did not go all the way up to the gum line. There was no way that I was going to have them permanently put that in my mouth. And although it was the second time they had to send us back to the lab, I was like, oh, well, it's going to have to be done. And then the fact that I spoke up and said that I was going to have to spend the next week and a half or so with this temporary that was in my mouth that did not even match my smile, and it was almost a yellowish color. She went ahead, took the time, and made me a new temp and mashed it up, fit it in my mouth and everything. And I was just so appreciative that she took the extra steps to do that. And guys, I just want to say that many of us are guilty of not speaking up. And then we will be mad at someone else because the outcome is not as we expected. And it's actually our own fault for not being courageous and feeling like that, that we're not deserving. And I just want to say you have to be patient. And it took me a while to get to this point. But, hey, as I said, I'm almost I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I won't be able to say it much longer. I am 59 years of age. So if I don't know now, when will I know that I have to open up my mouth and assert myself and do it confidently, not arrogantly, not in a rude way, but go ahead and let people know when they have done something wrong by you or when something just isn't correct. And a lot of times they are totally open with making that correction. And so my message to you is to be patient. Don't rush the process. And if you have expectations and the outcome is not as you expect it to be, don't settle. Go ahead and vocalize that you're not pleased. And the adjustments will be made. And if the adjustments aren't made, if things just don't work out the way it should with this particular person or XYZ, do not settle. Do not settle. You know what you're deserving of. And you need to articulate that. You need to stand up for yourself. And also you need to be patient. Trust the process, y'all. Trust the process. Don't just go ahead and take anything. Yeah, I could go on and on and on about how many times I have done that in my life. And I have learned that I'm cutting myself short. And I know what I'm deserving of. And I've gotten to this late in my life age to get better at expressing it and not looking at it as I'm being a problem or I'm being too much or I'm asking for too much and that I'm not deserving of the best. And so my message to you is speak up, assert yourself, and if something's not right, then go ahead and let them know that it's not right and give them a chance to make the correction. And as you do that, you're going to find that you're going to get better at expressing when the outcome is not as you expected. You deserve it, y'all. You deserve it. I deserve it and you deserve it. God has so much more for you, but don't get in the way of your blessings. And sometimes people will mess up and it's not intentional, but it's up to you. It's up to you to look out for yourself. Open your mouth and let it be known. And go ahead and see if they will course correct or make the correction. And if not, then go ahead and take your business somewhere else or go ahead and take yourself somewhere else because you got one life and you are created to live out your purpose. You are created to go ahead and see yourself as worthy of everything that God has for you. God's going to do his part, but you're going to have to do your part as well. And you're going to have to speak up. Okay? And know that there is nothing wrong with letting others know that you're deserving of the best. Okay? Alrighty. Until next time, Carlotta Berry will see you later. Always know God is real. He loves you. He's rooting on each and every last one of you to win and stand in your confidence, stand in your boldness, and speak up. Okay? Alrighty. I'll see you later. Have peace. Bye-bye.